Charles Ponzi is long gone and Bernie Madoff is in jail, but other Ponzi schemers are preying on Mid-Southerners. Here to tell us about the problem and how to avoid falling prey is Randy Hutchinson from the Better Business Bureau of the Mid-South. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. First, tell us a little bit about what these schemes are. We certainly know the name Bernie Madoff, but what's behind these?
Well, they're investment scams in which the money from new investors is used to pay off old investors or pay returns to old investors. They generally collapse when there's no new money coming in to pay the old investors, and or the crooks decide it's time to take the money and run. You know, Charles Ponzi, that's lent his name to the scam, lived in the 1920s, or took about $8 million from 30,000 investors in the 1920s in some sort of a postage stamp scam. I don't know exactly how it worked, but obviously $8 million today would be even more. Bernie Madoff, the all-time biggest $56 billion Ponzi scheme.
Now, who's being targeted here in the Mid-South now?
A couple of Mid-South men have been convicted of running Ponzi scams. A Sparta, Tennessee man took $43 million from family members, friends, fellow churchgoers, promising them monthly returns of up to 10%, said that the money was going to be used to buy equipment to fulfill state road maintenance contracts. There were no contracts. A Mississippi man took $85 million from people, promising annual returns of 10 to 15% for investments in timber. There was no timber. Money was used for personal expenses and some unrelated real estate projects.
So how do you avoid this? I know a lot of the times it's the too good to be true is really what will tip you off to begin with.
The first key is anytime you hear high returns, particularly above market returns, 10 to 15% a month being way above market, when you hear high returns with no risk, just doesn't work that way. Overly consistent returns, unregistered investments that you really can't check out, unlicensed sellers, complex or secretive kinds of strategies. And then if you have invested and all of a sudden you don't get paperwork, the payments you're promised don't come in, that's an indication there's a problem.
All right, so easy at this point to find people online to target victims that way.
These are just the most extreme cases, but there's certainly other smaller ones that take money from people.
All right. Well, and of course, check with the Better Business Bureau as always, too.